Every morning, Miss Eleanor Carter arrived at school before anyone else. The hallways were quiet. The air felt calm. She liked this time because it helped her think. She unlocked her classroom. She placed her old bag on the desk. She fixed the books slowly. She had been a teacher for many years. Her body was tired, but her heart was still strong. She noticed things other people did not. She noticed students who came without breakfast. She noticed students who stayed quiet. She noticed students who stared at empty lunch trays. In the cafeteria, there was always noise. Students laughed and talked loudly. Trays moved fast. But in one corner, a boy always sat alone. His name was Ethan. He sat by himself every day. His lunch tray was empty. Sometimes he had milk. Sometimes he had nothing. He looked at his phone. He acted like he was fine. But Miss Carter knew the truth. Children do not always cry when they are hungry. They do not always ask for help. They suffer quietly. One day, Miss Carter walked to the lunch counter. She spoke softly to the cashier. "Please put his lunch on my card." The cashier looked at her. "Again?" she asked. Miss Carter nodded. No one noticed, no one thanked her, and she wanted it that way. Ethan ate his lunch. He never knew who paid. Miss Carter never told him. Ethan was not the only one. There was Maria. She never joined school trips. She said she was sick. There was Jason. His backpack was broken. He tried to hide it. There was Lena. She loved art, but she had no supplies. Miss Carter helped them all. She paid quietly. She paid for food. She paid for books. She paid for shoes. She stopped buying coffee. She walked instead of taking the bus. She ignored her own bills. She believed kindness should be silent. At night, Miss Carter returned home. Her apartment was small. One table, one chair, one light near the window. Bills were on the table. Lesson plans were beside them. She looked tired. Sometimes she felt unsure. She wondered if she was giving too much. Then she remembered Ethan eating lunch. She remembered Maria smiling on the bus. She remembered Jason standing taller. And she knew she was doing the right thing. Years passed. Students grew older. They graduated. They hugged her. They promised to remember. Most of them did not return. Miss Carter stayed. Her hair turned gray. Her steps became slower. But she still came early because someone had to notice the quiet ones. One winter morning, she felt dizzy. The chalk fell from her hand. She sat down slowly. She told the students she was fine, but she was not. The doctor spoke softly. The illness was serious, very serious. They asked for an emergency contact. Miss Carter paused. She said there was no one. The hospital room was cold. Machines made soft sounds. Snow fell outside. Miss Carter lay quietly. She was not scared. She was just alone. A nurse came in. She said someone was here to see her. Miss Carter was confused. The door opened. A man walked in. He looked nervous. His eyes filled with tears. He said her name. She looked closely. She smiled. "Ethan," she whispered. He sat beside her. "You paid for my lunches," he said. "I did not know back then. I found out later. You saved me." Miss Carter cried softly. "I became a lawyer," Ethan said, "because you saw me when no one else did." The next day, more people came. Maria, Jason, Lena. They were adults now. They were thankful. They were emotional. The room filled with flowers, with stories, with love. Miss Carter understood something new. She was never invisible. That night, Ethan stayed. He said thank you. Miss Carter smiled. "Just keep noticing," she said. She passed away peacefully. Today, there is a small sign in the cafeteria. It says, In memory of Miss Eleanor Carter, who paid in silence and taught us how to care. Every time a child eats without knowing who helped, her kindness lives on.